It's a hello again, and for this part of the actual workout you will need to have your head cushion ready. Okay, so having your head cushion ready, you're going to start lying down. I'll give you a few moments to work out where we are and make sure that you're in the room. The workout this moment will end up all being all of your abdominal area. I'm just going to make sure my equipment's doing the right thing. So let me know if you're in the room and we can then take it from there. Hi Lorna and Janine. Forgive me, I'm just clearing my throat. As I said, we're doing abdominal work. You'll need your head cushion. I'll start by having my head cushion this end, and you'll be lying down. I'm keeping my glute band on simply because it makes sense to my side thigh area. We're calling this Pilates Abdominals to melt them, and the first thing you do lying down, make sure that your pelvic area, everything through the trunk area feels level. If you've got your glute band on, obviously you can pull your thighs slightly wider then to get that activation. If everyone comes into the room and connects with the position, start with your breathing. I'll give us a few moments to make sure that the tuning in is there. Okay, so you're breathing in and out. Every breath you take, there's this sensation of spreading, lengthening, connecting behind you, and that the breathing out muscles start to activate. The previous part one of the workout for legs, was all global, that strong sense of strong muscles working really hard. The second workout is a different hard, it's a core hard, and there should be nothing happening to your back. As you're waiting for the actual workout to continue, if you get your breath, know where your breath is and know where your pelvis is. We're going to start following the breath then. Arms are by the sides. My pelvic position is neutral. Now don't do neutral if I've in the past told you to stay in an imprint, and you know who you are because it's been very specific. Otherwise, you're staying relatively neutral and you're staying very level symmetrically. Breath out to nod and roll up, and then breathing in, roll back down. Exhale, the chin nod and the forwards roll. After what we've just done for the legs, this should be a welcome sensation in the body. That detail starting to appear, and the feel for pulling the ribs in the direction of the belly button. Your armpits get involved. Your feet feel equal load under both feet, so if you can follow the things I say. From the feet, the back of the pelvis feels level. You don't want to be tucking your bottom under, and the breathing muscles as you roll your rib cage, shoulder blades off and back down. The chin stays nodded in to get that neck to thoracic area without strain. And on this one, we'll stay up. So staying up there, breathing in and out. Bend your elbows. You're still in neutral, or as best you can be. Bending your elbows to the side, you're breathing in and out. And then you're going to take your right leg up into tabletop. Take your left hand behind your head. Exhale and curl towards that thigh. Inhale and lay the upper spine down. Breathe out, you're going to curl and rotate fractionally over towards the left thigh. And remember, it's your armpit, pec area that comes over to the side and then goes back. Breathing out, away you go, inhaling and back. As we do this one, I'm rotating, and it's my right hand side that feels as though it flattens increasingly from the base of the ribs towards the back of the pelvis. But I keep heavy on my left heel and on my left bum area. This is your last one, over towards the right. So as you come back down, stay. Pick up that leg that's been on the floor, put the other leg down. Make sure everything's really level. You've got that level pelvic connection. Breath out. Away we go. And let this in the air, in tabletop. Needs to be a true vertical thigh bone. The rib cage, my right shoulder comes off the floor, whilst my left shoulder blade stays to the floor, and the left hand side of my rib cage spine gets that sense of connecting. This is actually spinal mobilization. Yes, we feel as though it's abdominals, And for some of you, it's simply a breathing exercise, getting a core connection of moving with the breathing. Okay, the next time you come down, stay. Put both hands on the floor, keep that left leg up in tabletop, and bring your second leg to tabletop. Have a look at your thighs, your kneecaps. They should be absolutely parallel. Your chin is still nodded in. Now, keeping the hands on the ground if you can. Breathe out and pelvic tilt to get your imprint. Inhaling and exhaling. We pelvic tilt using the pelvic floor and navel to the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. So now I have an imprint of the lumbar area. I can feel the area that's bikini area, hip bone to hip bone. Staying there then, you're breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And then place the hands to the side, back of the thighs. Breath out, then curl. Inhale and uncurl. Breathing to curl. I promised it would stay simple, but it will be intense on the abdominal connection. If you're not getting your abs right now, I suspect you're not breathing the ribcage part of the spine and you're struggling to find your pelvic floor. As long as it's not hurting anyway, you can carry on. You would stop there, wouldn't you, if it doesn't go to the right place. I'm now going to add the leg reach and then the legs bend. Exhaling. Because I'm wearing a glute band, my feet are parallel and slightly away from each other. Remember, start to bend your knees in before you roll down. Reminder that you are an imprint, but you haven't massively tucked the bottom under. And that the legs bend, but don't come in towards your chest. It's that true tabletop shape. The breath out is the rolling rib cage, shoulder blades off, spinal imprint, navel to spine. And the breath in is the reverse of that. You have two more. On this one, you're going to roll and stay. Now, place your right leg to bend and pull your left leg down straight. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower down. You curl up centered. It's just that there's an influence more oblique. Breathing out. If you need to hold the back of the thigh, do, but try not to pull your knee to your chest. Curl and stay, and switch sides. Inhale, roll down. Breathing out. Curl. Breathing in, roll the spine down. I'm using my arms to help me find a range of movement, but I'm only doing that usefully if the breathing out is the thing that I roll up with. One more. Now stay. Inhale, exhale, switch. Breath in. So now one leg reaches and returns. If it's in your neck, then by all means put your head down and maybe don't take the leg as far down. Or you can keep it slow and go up and up. Whichever way, we should be deep into the oblique now. It's known as bicycle in the Pilates world, and you're most certainly an imprint. Two more, one more, knees into the chest, and straight into sides. We have on our sideline menu today for you the alignment as you understand, which is neutral. Again, when we were back in the studio, it was quite clear that this was a much needed exercise for the groups. You've got your box shape. My feet are level with the edge of the mat. My knees are level, so I've got that squaring off. My waist is off from the side I'm lying, and I'm slowly going to abduct and adduct. Breathing out and in. You keep the ankle the same height as the knee. It's as though the shin and the thigh, if they had a spirit level on them, would be level with each other. So you don't want your heel going up. You want your thigh band abduct. And again, less is more. Anyone that I see do a huge range of movement, I know that pelvically you're not in neutral. I know you're not trying to do it wrong, it's just the way your body is. So determine that your body will behave as you want it to, not as it's chosen in the past to. Okay people, let's keep that hovering and make sure your waist off the ground as you extend that leg to straight and bend it back in. Breath out, I push down with the underneath leg as I work with the top leg, the abductor, inhaling and exhaling. Pelvic floor, navel to spine. Recruit your midriff with the breathing out muscles. And if this isn't going into your side bottom, but going into your sacrum, then you've tucked under or you've twisted. Whichever way, it has to be tolerated here. It can't be behind you. Staying out now. Exhale, lift an inch and inhale lower. Breathing out. When you think of your leg moving, think of the thigh pushing against the band or the thigh lifting the lower limb rather than the lower limb doing that. And again, you kind of bendy-wendy joint issue people like Margaret Lead, Diane to some degree, you've got to get your abductor, this lifting your leg and lowering it, not the feeling of pushing your foot up and down. Pelvically you stabilise, you've got 4 more. This will get you straight in there. Now if you're not with a glute band, that's fine, but the glute band definitely amplifies it. It's a multiplication, the glute band. It definitely gives some focus and intensity. And let that be, hold, 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 and let that go. Flip onto your back again, same way round as it were. We're straight into our glute bridge. Now, if you want on this one, you could put your head cushion between your thighs. Make sure your heels are under your knee joint and go, you're in a neutral pelvis. Breathing in and out then, on the breath out, your pelvic imprint, and then peel the spine, 1 vertebra at a time, pressing into your heels. Again, don't overly tuck under. And if I've ever said to you in the past, don't feel like you're tucking under, then stick with the rules that I gave you when I saw you, okay? Exhale, pelvic floor for everyone, navel to spine. Find your heels and then roll the spine. And if you're doing this accurately, you'll be straight into the hamstring area, particularly of your leg that you're lifting and lowering on when we did side lying. You'll find that the hamstring is easier to find because of the workload you've just done on your sides. A reminder in terms of this spinal rolling, hip rolling, the glutes don't squeeze tight together. That isn't the action, although it is a way of doing it. It's not really. If you're becoming Pilates-esque, then you won't pull your bum cheeks tight together. You'll find your pelvic floor and invite more muscles, usually the back of the thigh, hamstring, glute area, into the journey a bit more. Last time, just stay up. Now that you're up there, have a quick look to make sure your thighs are tram lines, and then exhale to tiptoes, inhale to lower. Breathe out, feel the heels lift, that'll ask more of the hamstring glute, inhale and lower. Your pelvic area is most certainly hollowed. You have got pelvic floor, navel to spine working, stabilising the trunk in the air. Notice how I haven't thrown my hips really high. I'm more concerned to have a neutral pelvis, inactive spine supported by my abdominals, and my hamstrings doing their bit for my life. I've got 3 more, 2 more, and with this last one, stay on your tippy toes and breathe the back of your rib cage down, extending, lengthening, reaching the spine. And when you find yourself in neutral, bring yourself up, bring yourself over, ready for your other side of side lying. Head, shoulder alignment, shins, ankles. It's a box type of setup, and your head can kind of be on that head cushion whatever way, but I haven't collapsed anywhere. I've maintained structural stability. Checking your kneecaps are level, the breath out and breath in. And exhale. Don't be afraid of having a glance down to make sure that what you think your body's doing, it actually is doing. Breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out. It's interesting, I'm realising that on this side, this left side, that my foot wants to lead the way rather than my thigh. Breathe out to lift, breathe in to lower. This is your box position. Paula Challoner, good gracious me, hello my darling, happy 2021. Hopefully you're exercising with us. All right, people, stay. I'm in the box shape, my abductors are working. This is where we add the reach, the leg straightens, and then the leg bends. Breathe. Exhaling, leg extends. Breath in, and the leg bends. Breath out, the leg reaches, and the leg returns. Breathing. Exhale. Push the leg straight. Interestingly for me, remember our bodies are never identical in what you experience side to side, because life is not like that. But I find far more quivering going on in this left-hand side than I do when I'm doing it on my right-hand side. The rules are to sense that you're pushing this leg down against the ground, the underneath leg, as the top leg works with the band. It won't go across the front of your hip unless you're tucked under, and if you are tucked under, then don't. We're going to lead the leg out this next time. It's reaching, the thigh reaches out of the pelvis. The pelvis is neutral. And then you're going to inhale to lower and breath out to lift. Inhaling, lower that limb down. Breath out and lift it up. Now our abductor area, side bottom, works hard, lifting and lowering. The shrinkage here, which is the bikini area, inhaling and exhaling. So you're keeping trunk stability whilst waking up the side of the body, which is the weakest part of the body in real life. Whenever we have knee or hip issues, you can guarantee that the abductor, side bottom, side thigh, isn't doing what it could and should. This next time then, and you'll lift and stay, you can feel the ask of here. There's nothing going on the sacrum. You've got that real core connection, side bum, where you're not stressed out in the neck or shoulders, you haven't collapsed at your waist, and you're wishing I'd shut up and we'd move on. There you go, let's move on. Onto your back again. Now, you can do this one with the head cushion between your thighs if you want, or you can just remove it from under your head or keep it there. We're going to do hip lifts and end up in single legs, so the hamstring glute gets to work quite intensely. Same as before then, big breath in. Breathing out, find your heels, check your thighs are parallel, and then you do the rolling spine action up into the bridge. I've removed my head cushion so that I get better feedback of the back of my neck and my ribcage area. You wouldn't remove your head cushion if you're hugely kyphotic, okay? People like Chris Wakefield, don't move your head cushion, keep it there. All right, so now I'm up in my bridge. I can feel both back of the thigh on both sides equally, nothing in my lumbar spine, and I'm going to pull my left leg into tabletop. Then I'm going to roll the spine down again. It lands with symmetry. Breathe, exhale, and take it back up again. Inhaling up there, exhaling to find the symmetry of the roll. Breathing, breathing out. Pelvic floor, nervous spine. As you stay with a repetition of a move, if you go back to more and more senses of what the breath actually makes the midriff, the rib cage feel, then you will get what it's all about in your body. The next time I go up, I'm going to stay and then pull that left heel down, check I've got symmetry, and pull the right leg into tabletop, or do opposite way round if you haven't done the same leg as me. You're breathing out, the spine gets the sense of lengthening and reaching. Breathing out for the journey down and the journey in. On the inhale then, you get the chance to flood the trunk area with the volume of air that creates space. And then the exhale, that volume of air can connect the core, shrink it, and support the movement patterning down and back up. So it's a full breath. Exhale, the heel, the core connection between ribs and hips, and then the rolling up. The hamstring is working really quite hard on the left hand side. And the right hip flexor, because the leg's in the air, particularly if you have a glute band, is having its little workout. All right, this is the last time rolling down with the left hand side down. Pull both knees into your chest, breathe, and bring yourself up to seated. Final activity then. Seated, lean back, so sitting up tall. Again, if you've got no glute band but got a thigh cushion, a head cushion, you could put that between your thighs, that's always an option. I'm making this simple, it's going straight into your abdominal area. Breathe in. Don't tuck under or collapse, but do lean backwards. Inhaling and exhaling. Come back up with a breath out. Breathe in. Don't tuck under, but do lean back. Core connect, ribcage, navel, spine, and return back. If that's not in your back, let's carry on. So we do the backwards lean. Breath out to pelvic tilt. I'm pulling against the head cushion. I can feel my abdominals working for me, and I'm going to pull my head forwards to return this seated spine position. Inhale, lean back. Breath out, I roll off the back of my sit bones. Maybe the sense of wanting to get to my sacrum. There's nothing in the lower back. I keep the thigh working against the head cushion, and I return back up. Inhaling, breath out. The abdominals are working. Now, I'm happy to stay here and breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and breathing out. Every breath I make is an increased hollowing from rib cage to navel, navel to spine, hip bone to hip bone, nothing in my back, feeling hot in my oblique abs, and then coming back up. We're going to do that once more before we finish, people. You will backwards lean. You will core connect by rolling, pelvic tilting. Remember pelvic floor? And there's a high-pitched sound going on from the industrial units. You know what, when I do all my prep, there's nothing happening either side of me. It's so quiet. The minute I turn the cameras and do this, there's all sorts of activity going on. Breathe, 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 and return back up. Now, if your hamstrings are forgiving and long, put your legs straight. Not Tom Bathgate, not Ken Everett. People that have got natural long hamstrings, and then forwards bend your ribs in half. Now my lower back isn't flexed, it's my rib cage, navel, spine. You might find you're here. You're asking the body to stretch and reach. You breathe, 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 and then you return your posture to seated neutral. That is all we have time for today. And there is a really high-pitched sound going on all the way through this last bit, but that's fine. Get rid of your glute bands. Don't do what I did the other day, which was go all the way around Marks and Spencer's for a quick shop with my glute band on, wondering why it looked and felt a bit strange. All right, welcome back. It's great to see so many in the room. Please make yourselves known for doing Facebook Live, even if you're doing it not on the live version, because I will be guided by what you want. I don't think any of us really have any idea how long we're going to be in this scenario. Therefore, I want to be as targeted as I can for what your needs are. Today was a really welcome back. Keep it simple. I don't want anyone to feel they can't tune in because it's too complex, but I do still want the intent to be there. Speak to me, add messages, and let me know how you're feeling about what we're offering, and ask us for more. We will be doing Zoom, and I suspect if you aren't booked into Zoom and want Zoom, we're already at capacity, so we'll be opening some new groups if there's the demand for those new groups. All right, people, stay well. You're amazing. I will see you again soon.